Good morning to each and every one of you, and just welcome to Barbados. Beautiful, beautiful northern or northeastern section of Barbados. We're in the area called Cove Bay. Now, before I make this turn, my disclaimer is if you do not have on darker makers, any damage is at you. So please put on your darker makers. I'm going to take you a long way around so you can grab them and put them on correctly. Good morning to you all, and blessings from this beautiful place I call heaven. Many people call it paradise, and I know all of you call home. If not, you won't be watching this for sure. If anybody comes across this that's never seen Barbados before, hold your breath, because we're going to give you a vision that you probably will not see too often. Here we go, darker makers on. Get ready, folks. Here we go. Welcome to beautiful Cove Bay. Now, I know many of you all have been to Cove Bay before, and I'm sure you've driven across the cliffs, but I don't know how many of you have actually come to where we're standing right now. This is a beautiful, beautiful view. This is just below the actual cliff itself. There are a lot of foothills that go up from, or foot tracks that go up from here. But I want to bring you out here so you could have a look and see what this actual area looks like, or the cliff area that we don't see when we're in the usual parking spot. Just magnificent. I think it's the perfect place with all these beautiful golden glows and this promise of a new day to say our serenity prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Good morning to you, and blessings. What a beautiful, beautiful morning it is. The breeze out here real strong and fresh. I only got here about 10 minutes ago, so that's why we delayed the start, because I parked all over the other side to where our destination would be. We usually like to end where the truck is. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning. Yep. And we just came over this side here so I could share this with you. I would have gone a little further around, but unfortunately there's a lot of a lot of great trees and stuff that we'd have to go through, and basically we would get a much more different view from what we have here right now. Beautiful, beautiful morning, spectacular. They got a little haze in the air this morning, but don't mind that. That cannot take away from the beauty that we're seeing. And as you all know, this is a rough area in the island to swim. Don't even dream of it. Don't even consider it. If you're knowledgeable and you want to take a little scuba or a little snorkeling with some of the guys from the area, please contact them. But don't do this by yourself, because these tides out here and stuff are not to be fooled around with for sure. As you can see, it's all a breakaway cliff, because mainly a lot of chalk and stuff that you're seeing on this cliff line. You don't see any coral mass here whatsoever. So you would understand that there's always a little bit of slippage in this area. As you can see, all the rocks and stuff from the bottom there probably have slipped away over a period of time and then come off of the cliff area itself. But lots of growth, as you can see, going on onto the cliff. Lots of fishermen are down in here all the time, and as I said before, you'll find tracks and shelves just around the point there that we're seeing. So if you're ever out here and you see someone up here, don't get too frightened. It's just a fisherman probably, or someone that's strolling the lower cliffs as well, similar to what we saw a little bit before. But that's more around on the, I'd say, the north to where we are. Beautiful, beautiful morning on a beautiful, beautiful island called Barbados. So here we go. Anyone that's been in this area will know lots of cattle are up here. You'll always find cattle on this pasture. It is just a thing that happens here for years and years. Actually, there's less cattle now than I remember seeing in the past, but I don't know if that's just because of a herding out, or if there's just less people that are actually caring for cattle now in this area. As you see, there is a little bit of fresh sargassum in the bay here, but nothing really to be concerned about. Recently they've had so much sargassum in this bay, you wouldn't have seen any water in here. It looks like a moss platform, but it's looking lovely again. Gimbal is taking some licks this morning because the wind up here is extremely strong. So if you get blown around and you see some strange maneuvering, please understand it's probably the wind involved. Not saying it can be me wobbling, because I'm a wobbler as well, but just in case you see something really unusual, you would know what it's all about. All right, across this pasture, just a little bit over to the, I would say maybe about a quarter kilometer from where we are, there's a rock that's exactly like the one down at High Rock in Bashaba. That would tell you the elevations, how here has been. This cliff here would have been the seafront originally. I always talk about going to Harrison's Cave, but Harrison's Cave have an incredible map that's laid out with the contours and the rises and stuff in the island. So it gives you a really good example. So if you're ever up at Harrison's Cave, take a little extra time and have a look at the map. It's a big display they have there. It will show you how Barbados is elevated over a period of time. And this is how it was years ago. The sea would have been hidden in this area, and therefore the rocks that are down below would have been the remains of the stronger matter, and the weaker matter would have been eaten out. similar to the East Coast or anywhere else on this side of the island. There are numerous viewpoints from here. I was able to catch the sun coming up from here this morning. Didn't get it as well as I had wanted because I was trying to get over to our starting point. I didn't want to be any further delayed. But this area is just so beautiful. You can come to any section of this cliff, look out and be blown away with just gorgeous displays of nature. Stunning. Alright, I'm going to point out Pico Tenerife when we get around the corner a little further. We can see it a little better. But I guess you all must know about the Pico Tenerife, but we will talk about that. But look at the rays that are coming off of that sun this morning. Absolutely beautiful. You know, I got in the truck this morning on the way over the road. I really took a little time out to look around me and appreciate everything that I was seeing. I do it every morning, but to be honest, this morning I spent a little more time doing so. I was jamming some Bob Marley. Everybody knows that Bob Marley is like, you know, an inspiration for me. When I listen to his music, it's very conscious. It puts me on the right track, puts me in the right frame of mind. So almost every morning you will find me listening to Bob Marley over and over, 67 songs over and over. And it doesn't make a difference to me because it puts me in the right mode. And I find it's the perfect way to start my day. And then I was listening to his music, and then I was coming over by Warren's, and I saw the sun starting to show its light just over the hills and stuff that are on the ridges overlooking the west coast. And I just had to catch my breath and thank God for, you know, for the blessing of being able to see this in the morning. You know, it's just so much beauty in this island, and every morning I'm fortunate enough to see it. Isn't it beautiful? Just gorgeous. Very popular picnic area, but I will just advise you that if you are coming here and we have had rain, do not do it unless you have a 4x4, especially lock-in differential, because when out here gets wet, you will stick up for sure. I know numerous people that have had to be towed from down here because they ventured across this pasture. Now this pasture looks innocent, but when the mud in here is wet, it will clog up all your tires. It will actually jam off your tires if you're not careful, because it just gets thicker and thicker and sticks all up in the wheel arches. So don't come out here when it's wet, please. If you come and you see water at the beginning, just look beyond that, because remember, it is a very light layer of mud here. When I say light layer, it's not 10 feet deep or anything like that. The surface coral is just below it. So, you know, you will not have always dry out here. If you've had rain, like this morning came across here, we had rain out here, I'd say maybe 4 days ago, 3-4 days ago, and there were still a couple of pools, but it's dry to drive on, or relatively dry to drive on. So just have a little bit of knowledge on it. But look at the rays. I cannot get over how beautiful this is. I checked the fire over there this morning with some branches that somebody decided to light. Not too sure what they're doing over there, but I did see it. I did check to see if it was okay and everything, and seems to have been done purposely and stuff, all controlled. So that's good news. But most people will park directly in front of where we are. Most of the tours that come along this cliff here in the 4x4s will come here as their either starting or ending point, but they do drive along the cliff, which we'll be walking on this morning. But just to show you, this is the general stopping area for most people. So what you would have seen just now, unless you venture off a bit, you wouldn't normally see. Just beautiful northern section of the island. The wind up here is so... Let me give you a little explanation of how this is. I can smell the sea spray from here. I am feeling a very cooling breeze coming off of the ocean. It's just lovely. And I'm actually feeling little freckles of sea spray landing on my skin. It is just that beautiful out here. The temperature right now, they say it's about 28 going to 29, expecting a 31 today, just like yesterday. It's going to be another hot one for sure. Now this air will get warm later on. It's very cool now and comfortable, but later on out here will be pretty hot, especially when this pasture starts to heat up. Alright, you see the gimbal is taking some spins on its own, so forgive any strange looks this morning. But this is the cliffs from where we were, just to give you an indication of how far out we went. Now we could have gone further, but it meant going through all that bush area there, which I didn't want to do, not because of concerns of safety or anything, but just taking a lot longer to get out there. But we were on the right hand side of that clump of bush you're seeing going down into the valley, and you see a footpath going up into the hills itself. That is where we were just now. You'll see the cow and the cliff that we encountered when we were halfway over as well. Just beautiful. But look at this beach here now. Put on your sargassum filters, please, and ignore that right now. But down in here is a rocky beach. I have been down here a couple of times. I won't tell you a lot, but I've been down here a couple of times on this beach, and you have to trek down from where we're standing. but it is beautiful down in there, just lovely, especially when you get a really big surf condition coming through and you're standing on the water level and looking out at it. It is just spectacular. I'll see if I can get that done for you later on at some stage again when the swells pick up, and of course when that sargassum fully moves. Not too sure how the signal will be down there, but as you know, we've started to do high resolution videos of anywhere that we're not getting signals, because I want you to see all of Barbados, not a piece, and not the best spots, and not the tourist attractions that are recommended in books. The real Barbados, everything that we can possibly take in. I would like to share everything about Barbados that I see, without a doubt, and I want to see it all. So just sit in there and you'll be a part of it as well. Pico Tenerife, just coming into focus there in the center of the screen. We get a better look at it a little further on. I just thought I would mention that is where it is. Again, as you can see, all of the cliffs here are made up mainly of chalk. Soft, but when that gets wet, let me tell you, that thing sticks to you. I'll throw you down so fast. I encountered some of that unexpectedly on one of my little treks last week up in Cove Bay area. Well, actually by Culpeper Island, and it almost put me down here. Didn't have a clue that it was that wet. Just looked great, and I stood on it and just went boom, straight from under me. Alright, you'll notice there's lots of fall-away cliffs, areas on this cliff. This is just one we talked about, the weaker matter, so you would know. Stay back from this cliff. Right where we are, you can see is ready to let go if you go close to it. So don't walk out there, don't be a thrill seeker. You can catch the same view from right here without putting yourself in danger. I am not going to do it, that's for sure. But as you can see, that is ready to go at any time. It's just lovely out here. Now when we have a lot of rain, we have some areas out here that fill up naturally, some ponds and stuff. I'll show you what it looked like in a minute. This is just for those, of course, that have not been here, and for those that may not have been here when it was rainy season. Just lovely, lovely views. I would like to again wish everyone on here good morning. But I also see my heart on here as well. So I would like to wish Angela a special good morning from Barbados. Sending all my love to you, my darling. And to everyone else, I send my love to you as well. I don't exclude you all. You all are my family, and you all are my friends, and you all are my loved ones. So therefore we share it often. Yeah, if there was a bull out here, I wouldn't be walking so comfortably. That's for sure. So right now we're looking at fairly good. Alright, beautiful. Look at the scenery here. Picture postcard perfect. You're not seeing a beach, or you're not seeing anything like that, but just the growth of the trees and stuff. You can see all of the casuarinas out here are leaning like to the, I would say, west or northwest, and that is because of the continuous breezes and strong winds that are experienced up here. All those trees have grown. You can see them right across the cliff. Everything is angled facing the western side of the island, and that's because of the intense breezes and stuff up here. All of the growth as well, you will notice, is like starts at the front and shears up somewhat like a spoiler, and that's just because of the wind effects on it as well. It's beautiful out here. I'm going to keep quiet and let you listen to some of the nature, because we've got a lot of little birds here keeping a lot of beautiful sounds and stuff. Here we go. Little lookouts everywhere up here. This is somewhere that you'll find a lot of people parking and stuff. Unfortunately, there were some picnic goers out here that decided to leave their litter out here in a plastic bag. However, I'm not too sure who they thought would pick it up. But I do see a trash can out here that has sort of like overflowed as well. So obviously somebody is conscious to put a trash can, but hopefully we'll clean it as well. Because if you put it there and it starts to build up and overflow, well, sort of like it's just a holding area for garbage, basically. Alright, this is one of the ponds here that is usually full in heavy rain season. I know there are some of the guys in the Jeep tours that will actually come down here. You can see the circle around the upper level of it. So they will bring you down in here and spin you around in this section here. I'll probably put your heart in a panic, but they know what they're doing. They do this every day. But just look at the sceneries. I mean, you can look through everywhere here. Even although it's not a clear view and it's obstructed by the trees. Look at the beauty the trees are adding to this place. I mean, this is special, special beauty beyond words. Now, people want to know how I can be this passionate and this excited every time I come out. Well, look at what I'm experiencing. Imagine you're enjoying this beauty. Imagine I'm walking in it. I'm encountering this and I'm living in this every day of my life. And this is what I am seeing. Views like this. So how could I not be blown away? And how could I not be excited about life? And thank God for blessing me with these visions and with life that I can come out here and bring this for all of you all. How stunning. Just beautiful. Just give you an idea of the drop off here again. So you can see that's the kind of drop off you're dealing with. You're right onto the edge here kind of thing. So there is a lower plateau here that I was mentioning to you all, and there are a couple of tracks that lead down to it. So, just be wary when you're here. Remember that, you have to be conscious of your surroundings. I always keep reminding people of that. When you come to far out places like this, please be conscious of everything around you. There's really no one in sight. The closest homes are some of the people that herd these cows, and they're quite a ways over from here, maybe just about half a kilometer or so. So, you're out here by yourself. So just be wary when you come to places like this, please. Just exercise caution. I'm not going to bring you somewhere that's beautiful and magnificent and not give you some kind of indications of how I prepare myself for it. Just stunning views. I can take an R360 in a minute when I can get a full 360 vision right around without the trees in the background. We're going to enjoy that in a couple of seconds. Hopefully the gimbal will withstand these strong breezes today. I was saying to myself, man, I keep talking about bringing a new implement out, but didn't bring it again. I have actually come here and seen a couple of visitors parking right where we're standing and have their deck chairs located right there on that cliff and chilling out for the day. There were only 2 of them, so that's not something I would recommend, but they seem to have been fine. But I've actually seen them pull their deck chairs right here and cool out for the entire day. I saw them in the morning when they came up the east and the north when I was exploring, and then I saw them again when I returned this area in the afternoon, and they were fine. Again, the beautiful, beautiful cove from the other angle. So we were directly over the other side of this cove a little while ago. But you can imagine the kind of view those people on top of that hill would have every morning of life for sunrise. Just spectacular. Much better view of Pico Tenerife here now. Now normally, under good conditions, I say normally, good conditions, you will be able to see from here right up to the eastern tip of the island, which is Ragged Point. You can probably barely make it out in the shadow, but you can actually see it quite clearly on a regular day. Well, not a regular day, but a day without all of this is anyhow. I would say at least 70% of the time you will see up there. The other times you will have this kind of haze and you will have all kind of sea spray and stuff, because when these swells out here get big on this coastline, all of that coastline will be obscured by sea spray. Just beautiful, beautiful visions. Alright, take a little further track out here now. I know where I want to do the 360 with you. The only thing we're going to have that shouldn't be in the 360 is the war wagon, but don't mind that. I'm going to make sure and get you to a good spot that we can take that in. But while I'm walking, I'm going to keep quiet, let you enjoy some waves, and let you enjoy this exceptional scenery. Darker makers, people. If this view is not taking your breath away, you've seen it too often, and maybe you need to see it again, because you need to come here and feel it, not just see it, feel it. I think a lot of people come here, see it once, say, well, I've seen Cove Bay, but I can't remember ever coming here and not seeing something different to pick up my attention with. That is for sure. And just coming here and taking in the beauty and appreciation of out here I could come here every time and just be happy the same as if I came the very first time. I'm not going to give you the ooh when I come across the pasture, because I have seen that, but I will most definitely come here and stand on these cliffs and do nothing but reflect and thank God for my life, because this is what He's allowing me to see this morning. Just stunning scenery. Alright, this is the perfect place for me to do my 360 for right now. We're going to a little further on the corner. Wow, that was a big blow off there. Sorry about that, guys. Remember, the gimbal is going to do its own thing under these conditions, so I'll try and keep it as steady as possible. But here we go. Whoa. Okay, that's not going to work today. I'm going to have to do this handheld and turn with you. Okay, the next time I come, I'm most definitely going to bring the other component for sure. That would be able to batter this wind a lot better. Hopefully you've seen that 360, and we didn't do it in quietness because we were blowing all over the place. But look at how beautiful this is. We have been blessed. There's no question about that. God has laid His hand on this island and given us beauty that is exceptional. We're going to go a little further on. Again, we're having some struggles with the wind this morning, but we're going to try and do our best for you so you can enjoy what we're seeing. Now, there are all kinds of little names and stuff along this coastline of coves and beaches, etc. Especially when we get further around by Flatfield or you know, out that side there. When we get into that area, you know, out by Corner and stuff, you're going to have a lot of different little coves and things that pop up in the cliffs. And most of them are seasonal beaches, but they do have recognized names, which I've looked up as well to make sure next time you go over there I can tell you the name of the place, even if it's just a temporary beach. You know, I usually like to say, well, these are just seasonal beaches, but there are some names, and I guess it bears some relevance on the people that lived in this area, or you know, whatever. But I'm going to make sure and try and keep all those names for you the next time we go there and show you the actual little bays. But beautiful, beautiful rugged coastline of Barbados, absolutely lovely. Spectacular scenes, amazing sunshine. Just lovely. Here we go, a nice little something here if you watch some power. The raw power of Barbados. Right, we're not going to go too much further. I'm just going to go to that last point that you're seeing there, and then we will close off for the day, because we have many more days to do some hiking on these cliffs. But I wanted to show you this section. We call this the Cove Bay area, and then we'll go around into the other bays that are beyond here as well, which we will take in the next time around. When we get a really clear day, I'm going to come back here and do a live again. I've got to look for a day with a less wind though, because this has been blowing around. This is challenging this morning, but hopefully you all are enjoying the beauty and we're not getting too much jitters and stuff. We're going with it. But I really want to bring you around here and show you what we'll be taking in the future. I'm not sure about our hiking tomorrow. I sent a message to the hikologist this morning to check and see, but as I had mentioned last week, he's also a surfologist, so there's a swell that's coming in. So I'm not too sure if he'll be occupied on that or if he'll be hiking, but we will know that later. And of course, you will know that as soon as I know it. I don't want to spoil the view until I get to the point, so I'm just going to keep fanning in the direction of the east. Now, the only beauty here is not just looking eastward, it's also looking northward, as you will see in a couple of seconds if I can get this to come around. Just beautiful. Alright, now we will be taking in that coastline the next time we come down here. We'll be continuing to pick up our walk from exactly where we're going to end off, which is about another 20 yards or so. And then you will be able to see all that beautiful area down there. It is stunning. The next official, well, not official because there's one official bay before that, but Little Bay is just around the furthest point you're seeing there, just across the shelf. You may see the trees, small coconut trees, just fringing the top of that cliff, that is where Little Bay is located. That's where we'll be walking to on our next walk out here. We'll be doing from where we end off now right through. I've actually been down here in these coves. There's a little cave at the bottom of where we are right now that I've been down in the past. I used to trek all these areas before, as I had mentioned, and you can get some summer days out here that are just immaculate. So beautiful conditions out here. But this is our first indication, our first look at what the north looks like, what Animal Flower Cave would look like. There's these similar cliffs, same kind of angle that we see that will come in, and these swells that will come in. So this will give you an indication of what down there is like if you are not aware of it already. But it also has its lower shelf here, as you have seen before, as we've been around the coastline, and that goes right around. I've actually known guys that walk right around here, fishermen that walk right around these shelves here. But beautiful, beautiful swells today. Lots of power, lots of beauty. Power of nature. Just stunning. Alright, let's try from here and see if we can get this one done. Ah boy, I redeemed myself on that one. Thank you, Gimbal, and thank you for taking the wind away for us for a few minutes, Lord. It's great to be able to show everyone the 360. Alright, just to show you the power, let you enjoy some of nature and let you listen to it for a few minutes. That's beautiful. I gotta say, that's just beautiful. Now, no matter how many times I see this, there's absolutely no way that I could ever get tired of this or accept this as being just something to happen. This is a blessing for my vision, a blessing for me no matter how many times I see this. And I will tell you, and this is not an exaggeration, I've been out here hundreds of times, not 20 times or 30 times, literally hundreds of times. At least once a week for at least 10 years. And that's no joke about that, that's for sure. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're gonna go back over one more time, take a peek from over here, and then we'll be signing off for the day. It's another lovely video for me. I hope you all have enjoyed this. I have had a wonderful time sharing this beauty with you, and sharing my joy with you, and my love with you, and my care for you. We're a family, a very serious family too, one that shares love. And you know, every day we just encourage each other to go forward and have a better day and a better life. That is so important. You know, if you can find some positiveness in life, no matter how small it is, hold on to it and grab it and keep thinking of it and push away all the negativity out of your life. Just beautiful. Yeah, everyone, I thank you again for joining me. I don't even know if you all have seen me this morning. I can't remember, so I'm going to come back over and say good morning to you all here. A few technical issues, but anyhow, no problem. You know, thank you for joining me again this morning. I have had an amazing time. You know, any morning that I can come and spend with you all and then go home and read the amazing comments and you see the love that's being shared, that has made my day. I will stay home and I will laugh, and sometimes I have to fight back a tear because sometimes they're so beautiful that it actually does make me feel as though I'm a little weepy. But that's not a sign of weakness, that's a sign of strength. Because strength is when you can freely and comfortably show your emotions and feelings. That is strength. It is the person that hides it and is frightened to tell the truth or to share the truth or to say the problems they're going through that they're encountering. That is the person that lives in fear. The person that's brave and will come out and share love and share their kindness share their experiences. That is what I call bravery. And that is what belongs to a warrior. A warrior is a person that's brave, that's courageous, that's not frightened to tell the truth and be happy and share love and kindness, even to people that sometimes, you know, in the past you may not have thought deserve it. And your life, I hope, is different. Like mine is definitely different for sure. I give everybody as many chances as I can possibly give them. And if they don't accept them, well, it's not a problem. I move away and I find someone that is looking for it, because there's always someone that wants to see that smile. There's always someone that wants to feel love. And there's always someone that wants to feel as though somebody cares about them. You know, that's an important thing in life. Can you imagine going through life with no one to care about you, or no one to love you, or no one that looks out for you, or no one that's there just to console you in those hard times? I wouldn't like to be that way for sure. You know, so I am so happy for everyone that's around me, for all of my loved ones, all of my friends, for all of my future friends and future loved ones, and for all of my family, which you all are. Greetings one more time from Barbados. I'm going to see if I can give you a nice little landside 360 here before we go. And for all of those in Australia and New Zealand and anywhere else in the world that it's nighttime right now, I thank you so much for joining us in Barbados for our daybreak and celebrating the love and the joy of the EMC. I am the Bajan Warrior, and this is the beauty of Barbados through my eyes. And I hope you all are having a fantastic time. And God's spare life, I will see you all tomorrow at another amazing place on this place I call heaven. Some call paradise, and I know for sure you call home. Have a blessed day, everyone.